Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here during Black History Month on a nice, at least dry February morning. This is a very exciting milestone to celebrate. This morning, we're breaking ground on the final piece of one of the, I guess one could describe it as one of the most complex puzzles that our city has faced, and that is the redesign and sort of redevelopment of a world-class waterfront that is seamlessly connected to our downtown. And this is sort of an event worthy of celebrating because of the years of planning and years of work and indeed excellent implementation. So this particular project will improve access for people walking and biking between Belltown and the 20-acre waterfront, creating a more active green and safe space, pedestrian-friendly, bike-friendly, part of our efforts in activating this area. And this project will build on other pedestrian-focused improvements as part of the waterfront project. A few examples of those we talked about when we opened up Overlook Walk and what a success that has been. The Pioneer Square pedestrian improvements we celebrated last December. The protected bike lanes and pedestrian paths along Pine and Pike Streets between Capitol Hill and the Pike Place Market, that was indeed a great celebration. And the Marion Street pedestrian bridge connected to Coleman Dock and the Union Street pedestrian bridge, that was indeed a worthy of celebration. So this project invests $5.2 million of the $806 million invested in the total Waterfront Park project, our largest civic project since the Space Needle. And I've said this before, but I need to double down on the concept that the downtown is powered by people, their energy, their ideas, and reimagining public spaces core to our downtown activation plan. So this sort of missing piece of it, if you will, is vital toward our continued success. Now, the new and improved pedestrian bicycle connections between Belltown and the waterfront is again critical to help increase foot traffic. A huge benefit for our local businesses to create a safer route for cyclists traveling throughout downtown. This project will add green space and seating options to the neighborhood, a chance for people to socialize and get to know one another better, creating a more inviting environment for our residents and visitors alike. But most importantly, this project is a reflection of not just the city's vision, but the community's vision. That's why we're glad that many community members are here. We talked to nearly 850 residents and people who call this area home through the design process, and we listened to their feedback and did our best to incorporate that feedback in our designs. I wanted to sort of level set with a quote that I've said only one other time before, so I do apologize if I repeat it. Cultures and climates differ all over the world, but people are the same. They'll gather in public if you give them a good place to do it. That's from a Danish architect and urban design consultant, Jan Gale, and I believe that in terms of how we're trying to recreate this area and other parts of the city. So that's what we're celebrating here today, our commitment to create a downtown and a waterfront that is a good place for residents and visitors and workers to gather, shop, and live. And again, I have a few speakers in back of me, but I certainly want to talk about the outstanding people in our city department, particularly SDOT on this occasion, just doing outstanding work, really putting their heart and soul into this effort. Thank you. I want to again thank our Office of Waterfront and Civic Projects, and you'll hear from Angela in a moment, Belltown community partners, and all of the people, the 850 people I mentioned that gave input to take the time to protect their areas. And that becomes critical, that we listen and you were there to provide us the feedback. And so we have to, we welcome the opportunity to have that dialogue. So next you'll hear from Angela Brady, Director of our Office of Waterfront and Civic Projects. And again, you know, I've introduced Angela on other occasions. She's just doing an outstanding job, and this is a testament to her fine work. Angela, please share a few words.
Okay, my hands are frozen solid. I'm going to be real quick. Thank you all for joining us today. Yes, I'm Angie Brady. I'm the director of the city's Office of the Waterfront Civic Projects. We're incredibly excited to break ground on Bell Street improvements today, which is a bittersweet milestone for my waterfront team, as it's the final project we will begin construction of as part of the Waterfront Seattle program, which is really hard to believe. Based on hundreds of community voices, our Belltown improvements prioritize pedestrians and bicyclists navigating Bell Street between First and Elliott. The project creates a more accessible and seamless connection from Belltown to the new 20-acre Waterfront Park, which will become more active and greener space in just a few short months. Thanks to the narrowing of Bell Street down to one lane, we can dedicate more space to people walking and rolling. Our project improvements include adding a new two-way protected bike lane that provides convenient bicycle access to the existing Bell Street Greenway behind you to the east, and the existing bicycle improvements behind us along Elliott Way to the west, constructed as part of our Waterfront Seattle program, which opened to the public in spring of 2023. We're adding seating to provide moments of pause on this steep hill. If you haven't experienced it for yourselves yet, from this vantage point, there are stunning views of Elliott Bay, Mount Rainier, and the new Waterfront Park. You can just look to my right here. We're also planting native shrubs and grasses to add to the beauty of the area and create a more pleasant pedestrian experience. Something I know many people in Belltown, including myself, are particularly excited about. The city worked with the Washington State Department of Transportation back in 2019 to salvage an old sign bridge that used to be located near Belltown on the now removed Alaskan Way Viaduct. We'll be restoring that old sign bridge and installing it in a prominent location right here in Belltown. It actually will be installed right here where we're all standing. The old sign bridge will be enhanced with lighting to make it look really cool at night, and will serve as a gateway to the Belltown neighborhood while also providing a bit of historic nostalgia of the old viaduct. We're really excited about that. Thank you so much. We love a good sign bridge. Thank you so much to the community members and to the Belltown Community Council who helped shape and champion this project. This group of people care very deeply about their community, and it shows, and I know you're going to hear from two of them today. Thank you to the mayor and to city council, including Councilmember Kettle, for their ongoing support of our work at the Office of the Waterfront. Many thanks to the entire Waterfront Seattle team, especially Jessica Murphy, our beloved construction program manager, Joey Aiken, Hannah and Jennifer from GGNN, Jackson and Iris with Enviro Issues, who all worked really closely with this community to design this project, and to Tixon Mock, our project manager for Bell Street, who will manage this project through construction. As I mentioned earlier, the project is part of the city's larger waterfront program, which has been under construction since we started rebuilding the Elliott Bay Seawall project back in 2013. Can you believe that? We've got a lot more to celebrate in 2025 ahead of the grand opening of the waterfront later this year. We're opening a new public restroom next month across from Pier 58 near the Seattle Aquarium. We are opening the full length of the protected bike lanes along the Alaskan Way roadway promenade. We're continuing installation of permanent artworks and cultural and historic wayfinding to enhance the sense of place and reflect our city's history on the waterfront. And we invite you all to join us in those upcoming celebrations as well. So thank you again for coming. We're thrilled to begin construction of these improvements in Belltown, and we're really excited to come back and celebrate with you all again at a ribbon cutting for this very project this summer. And now I'd like to welcome Bob Kettle. Councilmember Bob Kettle.
Would you like some gloves?
I would. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, I grew up near Buffalo, so I have gloves, so please wear them. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for everyone behind me. I really appreciate Belltown United, Belltown Community Council being represented here. I love having our new Downtown Community Council represented here, along with the Port of Seattle. Yes, Julia, thank you for being here. And I also like to thank those on the department sides, with our deputy mayors that are here, and those that have been promoted, to include Angie and others. Really thank everyone for being here. And I really have to thank whoever made this, because this is really a piece of art. And part of me would hate to put some shovels in it because it's done so perfectly, but we shall. I just wanted to say I'm very happy to be here. And I'm happy because, this is about connecting the city to the sea, to the Salish Sea, to the Puget Sound, to Elliott Bay. And as an old retired naval officer, that makes me happy. The evergreen trees make me happy. This is about connecting the city to the sea. And that's so important for us. It's important for the soul of the city, but it's not just what we can see here. Just recently, I did the walk from the market to the Mohai. Where we're standing here, yes, give a shout out, Sabrina, thank you for that. It's really important to not just connect to the Salish Sea, but also to Lake Union. And the Market to Mohai is such a way to do that. It's, again, connecting our city to our water spaces. And it's really important. And by the way, if you haven't done it, please do the Market to Mohai. Start the market, you come up this street, look for the yellow signs on the poles, and you'll find yourself at the Mohai and Lake Union. So just, again, it's a piece that makes me happy. But the other thing that really makes me happy to be here this morning is to say thank you, Belltown. Thank you for the engagement, for Belltown United, Belltown Community Council, Condo Connect. There's a lot of groups that I connect with Belltown. And Belltown's had its challenges. You know, it's kind of caught between downtown and Queen Anne and places like that. But it's time to give Belltown its due. And this is one piece of that. But another piece is right here to my left, and it's Portal Park. And I just want to say thank you, Mr. Mayor, and everybody from Parks, and Justin Farrell, who's here somewhere, for your support. There you are. Thank you very much, because it's so important to bring green space to our Belltown, and you know, to build that neighborhood even more. So I just wanted to say thank you, Mr. Mayor, and your team for that support. It's going to kick off this year with the survey work, and we look forward to it as we go through the years to have that set up. And so, and of course, we'll be looking for a dog park somewhere too. So keep your eyes open for that. But again, I just want to say thank you, and this makes me happy for, again, that connection to the sea, to the waterways, and for what we're doing for Belltown, because Belltown deserves it. Thank you very much. And speaking of Belltown, Mr. Belltown, Mr. Tom Graff.
So I promised that I was only here to introduce Holly Decker, but you put a microphone in front of Tom Graff. He's going to say a few more things, so I'll be brief. There's just two other things I want to add, and it's really this entire space. When the viaduct came down, we knew we were going to have a lot of space here, but we didn't know was this stunning view to the big wheel, the stadiums, and Mount Rainier. It is amazing access point, and we have it here. No urban designer would have picked this as the public open space for Belltown. It's what came when the viaduct went away, and it's going to be an amazing room. And it goes from First and Battery to this point, to Elliott and Blanchard. And we put up this mural, we being the UN and Andy Schaefer here, on the side of Elliott Point with the help of that building owner. And it helps shape this room. And it is the artist Audrey's son in that picture. And I can't walk by this space without enjoying that mural. And Sam Trout did one over here on the Seattle City Light retaining wall. And these are temporary images letting you imagine this becoming a wonderful urban space. That is the neighborhood's vision for this area, and this is another step in that process. We are at the crossroads from Steinbrook Park, Pike Place Market, the new Waterfront Park, on through the Belltown Pea Patch, the Olympic Sculpture Park, the Ports Centennial Park. You go this way, you hit Bell Street Park, the wonderful Centenary lighting Andy Scheffer pulled off for us again with the downtown activation plan. Thank you, Andy, for those. Where are you? And it goes on to Market to Mohai, Denny Park. You go west of here, you hit Bell Street Pier. All these things were done over the last 100 years, and they connect at this point. This is where you cross. And this is just another step in that point. We worked on Portal Porch. This is the next step, and we're going to do more, and this is going to be one wonderful piece of open space. And with my second point is simply, before Councilman Kettle took office, the community walked the neighborhood, and we looked at like 7 projects in the public sphere. We stopped here, and he said, I don't really understand park design, but this is what I want to support. And he told his staff, You helped Belltown make a park happen here. And he has been incredibly supportive, rallying SDOT and Parks and Seattle City Light, SPU, to envision this as a park. And we're working on a change of jurisdiction for the SDOT to Parks. We have to do an environmental survey. Parks, Andy required all this money to do a survey here. And somehow Councilmember Kettle comes up with $150,000 so that we can do this change of jurisdiction. I am not used to this collaboration between City Council and a neighborhood. This is very unusual for me. I've been doing this for 30 years. And I just want to give this amazing gratitude this community has to Bob Kettle and his support of this vision. Thank you, Bob. Now I'm going to introduce Holly Decker. And I have the pleasure of working in a community that's primarily made of volunteers. We got about 40 people that carry a lot of water. And Holly used to live in Site 17. She disappeared to sites unknown called Brooklyn. But she still heads our Portal Park committee. And she is one of these many volunteers in this community that no one's paid anything. You're herding cats all the time. Sabrina knows how to herd cats. And she does it with great direction, and she moves us forward. And it's very unglamorous work. We get to paint out the graffiti that's on Sam Trout's mural. It's not a lot of fun. We get to rototill this area to do wildflowers. I like looking at the wildflowers. I do not like rototilling on a slope. And she helps direct us to this. She's working on the Conservation's Future Grant, so we can, there's one piece of private property here we're trying to acquire where the cedar trees are. And I, again, speak for the entire community. It is gratitude to lead a committee this long, and the end is not in sight yet. And she is hanging in there, and just know the gratitude the community has for your work, Holly. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So the benefit of going last is that you get to hear all these beautiful remarks from everybody behind me. The downside is it's freezing. So if you haven't moved in a bit, I just want to encourage folks to shake it up, move the legs, move the hands, stay warm. I should be able to wrap this up in about 3 minutes. My name's Holly Decker. I moved to Belltown in 2010 when I first took a job at the Port of Seattle. So hello to some of my former colleagues in the audience. What a beautiful day for all of us to gather. We are celebrating a transformative public work that will reshape how we experience Belltown. This investment enhances how people move between Belltown and the waterfront, creating a safer and more integrated experience for everyone. On behalf of the community, on behalf of Belltown United, I will take just a moment to thank the many individuals who made today's groundbreaking a reality. First, I want to acknowledge the unwavering support of our city leadership. Marshall Foster's not here, but I want to let you know that your dedication to this neighborhood has been truly invaluable. Thank you for your advocacy on the restoration of the sign bridge. Your partnership is appreciated. Angela, thank you. The planned lighting on the bridge will be a beacon and invite people to this neighborhood. Thank you for championing that important element to this project. Councilmember Kettle, your trust for this community and your support has been crucial. Like I said to you this morning, I remember a year ago, Tom and I sat in your office discussing this project, and your willingness to listen to the laundry list of needs from this community was evident from the start. So thank you. Your commitment to this district has been exemplary. Mayor Harrell, for a long time, you've led this city with vision and resilience. You understand the importance of empowering our city's artists, advocates, and activists. Your unwavering support for public space, for initiatives like the Belltown Mural Festival, the Downtown Activation Plan. It speaks volumes about your commitment to revitalize our neighborhoods and inspire our cities. Thank you, Mayor. Speaking of inspiration, I want to touch on just one other exciting opportunity just to my left, the future Portal Park. It's been mentioned by several folks this morning, but this 2-acre green space represents the next jewel in the crown of Seattle's public spaces, creating an emerald mile stretching from Pike Place Market to the Seattle Space Needle. The momentum behind the Portal Park is palpable, and with the continued partnership of the city, Seattle Parks Foundation, and this community, I'm confident we can make this vision a reality also. But today is not only about the past and gratitude, or even looking ahead at future projects. It's also about embracing the present and the lessons we've learned. The last few years have presented us with formidable challenges, but all of us here have persisted. Through our persistence, we've discovered incredible opportunities. Opportunities to reimagine our city and reimagine the public realm. We've discovered opportunities to amplify the voices of our residents and the opportunities to innovate hand in hand. At present, we press on. We stay focused on the opportunities we've uncovered. Let's continue to be a city that says yes to connected green spaces, that says yes to public art and creative expression, yes to community-driven development. We press on for a city where connection, creativity, and community thrive together, building a more equitable and sustainable future for all of us. Let this groundbreaking for this project be a continued symbol of our commitment to that vision. Thank you to everyone here today. Appreciate everyone's effort and time to make this possible.
Thank you, Holly. I do just want to recognize a few folks I didn't in my remarks before we break ground. That would be Deputy Mayor Justin Farrell is here, SDOT Director Adia Emery is here, Joy Shigaki from the Friends of Waterfront, thank you for being here. And I want to thank all of you for coming to the Bob Kettle Fan Club experience. I, too, am a member. But I must say that his description of a dog park here is non-binding, but it gets us exciting. I haven't been briefed on that, but we get caught up in the moment, but I think there's discussions. And so I see a beautiful dog here that's a constituent, so we hear you. Okay, I don't know if Jamie, if I'm gonna take questions now. We're gonna break ground. We're gonna break ground and take some pictures, so let's pick up a shovel. All right. Look at this SDOT work. Oh, we're gonna count?
Okay, one.
Wait. Right here. Show. There we go. Okay. Okay, Angie, count us down, Angie.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.